All right, guys. So serious discussion today, man. And you see the thumbnail, auto rifle meta. I will be going over 2 auto rifles today. I'm also going to be talking about the potential meta after the next update and kind of how auto rifles feel as of right now, even before the update, man. And of course, they're going to get even more powerful. Their competition is going to get even weaker. And so these are the things that are leading me to believe that auto rifles are going to make their way into the Crucible. And it's going to be something that a lot of players are going to be picking up. So let's talk about auto rifles in general. Auto rifles, man, they're very consistent. There's really nothing difficult about an auto rifle to use, especially if you got the right rolls on it, man. The extremophile gameplay you're going to see is one that's got small bore on it. It's also got counterbalance on it, and also has snapshot with sure shot. Now, the snapshot is not necessarily something that I wanted, but it's just kind of something that came on there, and so it's just kind of easy just to snap in and down my sights. I don't necessarily need it. The handling's really good with sure shot to begin with. Haven't really messed around with the armor piercing rounds. I don't really know what the jump is on that. I will say though, in combination with small bore and with counterbalance, the weapon is so smooth, man. It's one of the smoothest, best auto rifles I have ever messed around with, and I cannot believe this thing has sat in my vault now for like the past 2-3 months, and I've never picked it up and used this thing. I have put out an extremophile gameplay like way back when Rise of Iron dropped, and I thought I had a good roll then. This by far trumps that roll in every single way, man. One of the best autos I've ever played with, and that's not even the most competitive art type. The competitive art type that people mention all the time is Doctrine of Passing. You see people using Doctrine of Passing or some weapons within that art type. Whether that's Armanis D or whether that's So Stealer's Claw, whatever it may be. But those are the weapons that everyone seems to talk about, and they overlook the Monte Carlo art type. Now, the Monte Carlo art type, to me, is one of the best art types because it's so consistent, but it also has really good range, so damage fall off is not as severe. Doctrine of Passing, it's very apparent because once they get into the mid-range level, you start seeing where you're hitting 14 a crit, you're hitting 13 a crit, and so those are the things that extends your time to kill, and it gets to a point where it extends it past what it would have been if you just flat out had a Monte Carlo art type weapon on you. So let's talk about the auto rifle meta, why I think it's a sleeper meta. I think auto rifles in general are very easy to use. I think they're very consistent. I think with the range buff that's going to be occurring, it's going to allow itself to not have that damage fall off, as in that 21 per crit on a Monte Carlo art type, that 15 per crit on a Doctrine of Passing art type. Those are the two things, man, that are going to allow it to really reach that optimal time to kill at a mid-range level. Let me just go ahead and give an example really quick. I like Parthian Shot, I like Spare Change. I think those 2 pulse rifles are really good pulse rifles. Somebody in my chat said why I don't use those pulse rifles more. Despite them having good time to kills and me having a good time using those weapons, I don't find that the reliability is something that I can bring into trials or any type of match that would require me to have a weapon that's really going to come through for me, is what I'm saying. So at Hawksaw and a Blind Perdition is something I feel more comfortable with. I know what the weapon's potential is. I know that a 0.87 seconds is the best I can get out of that weapon, but I also know that I can more than likely at all times reach that time to kill as long as I land a certain amount of crits and body shots, whereas a Spare Change and a Parthian Shot requires you to land all crits. So again, consistency is the bell curve there. It's the thing that I really want to bring up. And while auto rifles to me is always been one of the weapons that have been more consistent, but it just never has thrived here recently since the nerfs to auto rifles, and so they've never really been a big deal. I really feel like they're gonna make a return though, not only just from a Necrochasm standpoint, because Necrochasm is gonna get its own buff and it's gonna be its own standalone weapon, and I definitely think it's gonna have its definite moment to shine. But outside of that, again, this is today gameplay from today and late last night that you're seeing. Extremophile and Doctrine of Passing doing work for me, guys. Absolutely dominating. And again, all they require me to do is to open up with people and pump ammo into them and to simply strafe and move around. That's all you have to do. And they might have a hand cannon. I had a guy I was going against. He had a damn good pally shot. All I did though was just strafe on him a bunch. Every time I'd strafe, he'd normally land maybe 2 shots, but that 3rd shot might not have been a crit. It could have been a body shot, and that little bit of time that he had to use to shoot off one more shot was enough time for me to finish him off. See, guys, the time to kills for an IS Luna 1 crit, 2 body shots, 3 shots. It's the same time to kill for this doctrine of passing. They're identical. But, you get into a situation where consistency and forgiveness is almost similar to the same way that I was bringing up Parthian shot and a Hawksaw. Now, not as severe, but tomorrow it will be. As in, the range nerf will put hand cannons in a more less reliable location. Because you're going to be in a situation where now you're going to have an Ice Luna or a Pally in front of you, even though it has the best rolls in the world, will require you to get 2 crits and a body shot to kill someone. That's unfortunate, but that's the reality that we're looking at. A lot of things here that are pointing to an auto rifle meta to me, guys. I think auto rifles in general are something that a lot of people have been sleeping on. I find that these weapons are really good. Now, me personally, I'm going to be using this Extremophile more. I'm going to be using this weapon more than my Doctrine of Passing and the other weapons probably. I really enjoyed my gameplay with it last night. I really enjoyed bringing it. I thought its consistency, not only up close, but also at the mid-range level, was so good. And I haven't looked at the aim assist values on it, but I felt like the shots, especially with Sure Shot as my sights, it was just doing some work, man. Again, it's the Dead Orbit auto rifle. If you want to, I definitely suggest taking a look at it. With that being said, guys, that's my thoughts on it, man. We'll know for sure what's going on tomorrow. I'm going to be heating up so much PvE stuff, I hardly think I'm going to have time to do any type of PvP stuff, but I really wanted to go ahead and get this out and talk to you fellas about it and kind of just open up the discussion in the comment sections. So we'd love to hear your thoughts on it as well. Fellas, as always, man, I'll catch y'all later. Slap that like button like your mama told you right.